The video you're about to see is part of a tribute that I am doing for the independent journalist known as Villain Phoenix. He used to run the Facebook and YouTube channels Villain Report. He was a brave, just all around great journalist that would go out and he would put his life on the line to film these events and the riots and so on that have taken place all across this country. And as part of my tribute, I am taking some of his videos that he has taken that has not received the number of views that they should have, and I'm putting them on my channel, which is a much larger platform, just so people can see the kind of person and the kind of man that he really was, what he strived to do while he was out filming. He wasn't just out there trying to film clickbait. He was out there actually trying to make a difference. And I am doing this because I feel it is important and necessary for people to really understand who he is. And people need to see some of this stuff, not just because of who he is, but some of the things that he was able to capture that definitely need to be seen. And that is what you're about to see.
Affliction.
Hey, pupper.
And go on to lead a happy, straight life with their natural family. I told myself that I would...
What are you doing?
I'm not letting you film.
I'm not the only one.
I'm not trying to film you.
This same story echoes throughout the lives of
Hey,
our fellow
there, I was looking for him.
and their children.
Hey, I just wanted to... You were the guy at that motorcycle event, right?
I'm not interested in anything else.
Well, I just wanted to say to you that, like, I've been pegged as a certain thing, and I've gotten caught up. I
I
know.
know what you
I
post.
can say one thing to all
I
of the
know
LGBT
what you're about.
forced into the closet by the homophobic.
Anyway, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible and show both sides.
I respected what I said and wouldn't film the ground and get there.
Well, respecting what you say, respecting you and doing what you tell me to do is not the same.
Conversations happening right here where this person has asked you not to talk to them, and like I think you can respect that, you know. Like,
This is a public event, right?
well, right. But
I haven't committed any crimes. This is a public event.
listen, I don't want you to be in a position to where we're like agitating, right? If you're
I'm not agitating. They're agitating me.
As long as you're not.
I haven't. I've been very peaceful and I've been trying to talk to
You
people.
had a chance to come to the other side and you
I went over to the other side already. I'm trying to film both sides and give both sides a chance to view their points.
Okay. Have you gotten enough video of this side?
This is a public event, right? I haven't committed any crimes. This is a public event. It's open to the public. I'm going to go back and forth between these two crowds to show.
Just do me a favor. Don't get in people's faces.
I haven't gotten anybody's faces.
Okay. I'm not saying you have, but I've seen it from both sides. Okay, I'm just
They
trying.
won't let us over there. See how?
I'm trying to-
Why won't they let you over there?
I don't know. Ask them. See
If you want to go over there, I'll go over with there
No,
with
but
you.
they won't let us. So
I-
those are the inconsistencies and the hypocrisy.
The
that
co-
you've
the
been
cops won't let
witnessing.
you go over there?
The cops won't let us go over there and
They
let you
have
come
no
over
right to.
here.
It's a public event
So
over
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
If you want to go over there, I'll go over there with you. I'm trying to show both sides and create dialogue between both sides. I haven't gotten anybody's face.
So it's the dynamic, basically, the agreement that one side has with their group, and then vice versa.
I'm not on either side. I'm trying to stay as independent as possible and show what these are
I'm
happening.
trying to answer her question, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
well, just do me a favor. You're absolutely right, and I can't stop you from being over here.
Yeah.
But as soon as things get heated, like if anybody starts arguing, we're gonna start separating people because.
Okay, and I'll trust that you are going to separate the people that are initiating contact and not the people that are being the victim of confrontation.
Everybody just have a peaceful time.
I agree. That's what I want too.
As long as you.
easy way to avoid contact completely, and that's maybe just go where you're more welcome.
This is a public event, and it's prevented as a. There's a flyer that says that this is welcome to all. Like this has been publicly promoted as open to all.
If you're worried about initiating contact, then maybe don't film people's faces.
I'm not worried about initiating. I said
Do you realize
initiating
that you're filming
confrontation.
faces right now, and that makes some people uncomfortable.
It's a public event. If you don't want to be filmed,
It
you
is,
don't
but
go out in public.
You have to do things that make people uncomfortable at a public event, or can you choose?
It's
not?
impossible in the human condition to do something that's not going to make a fraction of the society uncomfortable. There's no way to not
You
offend
can
people.
Do your part.
My part right now, what I'm doing is trying to create dialogue between these opposing factions and trying to give each side a chance to show what they're saying.
You don't think that people are able to hear what's being said down here without you filming people's faces?
The public
you're
at
really
large,
hoping so much with that
the
process?
wider audience. If you don't want your face filmed, cover your face.
So, like, just take away from kind of like what.
Yeah, I don't want this to be about me. I really don't. I come up.
Conversations, like, if you could just move the conversation because we're like,
I'm not trying to have this conversation. You guys are approaching me. I came over here to film, and I'm repeatedly.
Just literally right
So
now,
this,
to the edge of the thing.
are you part of the organization here?
So if you could just like take the conversation elsewhere.
There's a flyer that was put out and publicized for this event. It says all are welcome here.
So we're just trying
Is
to-
that true or is that not true? Is this a private event or is this a public event? Because it was advertised as a public event, welcome to everyone. Thank you, officers.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get the opinions on both sides. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. Your sign says gay is natural. What does that mean to you? Because on their side, their flyer that they put out was saying that heterosexual families are natural. So
Everything is natural. If you want to be heterosexual, cool. That's awesome. Do that. But we're just standing by our side. We're saying gay is also natural as well. And as soon as people start like interrogating hate on our side, that's when we have a problem with it. We don't care what they do. We don't care what we do. They shouldn't care what we do. We all need to live in peace and love each other.
yeah. Let me ask you, as far as I understand it, this event was scheduled,
Yes.
and then this event over here was a counter event to that event.
It wasn't a counter event. We're also having a rally at the same day.
But it,
We also
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but the fact is, like, this event was created in response to this event, right? So
Fucking around all summer?
what do you say?
You're not around all summer when you guys did the same thing?
Did what?
We countered each other all fucking summer. I mean, don't talk about that. That's not a conversation. That's what we do.
So my point was that is you said that you don't care what they do, but when they're having this rally, you care about it a little bit. So you.
Is the reason we're gay and we're unnatural and we can't be here and we don't deserve a place on this earth to love who we want to love.
I'm in agreement with some of that. I just interviewed the pastor over there, and it was very difficult.
Just very passionate.
It was very difficult to talk to him. Like, I have my views about sexuality, and I have my past. I actually, since I was a little boy, I wanted to be a little girl. I personally have found that that's not a good path for me to go down with, and I found the most healthy thing for me to do is to try to embrace my biological nature. But I have my beliefs about what's universally true and what's not universally true. But I also believe that people need to struggle with their own lives and their own conditions on their own terms, as long as they're not hurting other people. So I don't like stuff like that pastor over there, because I feel like he's just putting a weight on people and telling them they're bad, but not giving them any way to enjoy the supposed life he's claiming. So I am in favor of freedom and people being able to do what they want, but I'm also in favor of people saying, like, hey, we don't think what you're doing is good, as long as we're not directly harming each other. I just wish people would just be more tolerant and accepting of each other.
Why do they care what we're doing? Like, why do they have to say that we're doing something wrong by loving others that are the same sex?
I personally believe there's some justifiable things, like certain things that are presented in society influence other people in society. So some people don't want their children influenced by something that they believe is unhealthy. Other people, I think it's very common in all kinds of different belief systems that if your belief system isn't the most philosophically sound in your own mind, proselytizing other people kind of helps you hold on to your own beliefs. If you can convince other people to believe what you believe, it helps you hold on to your own beliefs.
For me, I was raised in a very religious family. I was raised to be heterosexual, heteronormative.
Yeah.
I was raised, I've seen both sides. And this is the side that lets people be who they are. And that is all we want. We want people to be who they are, love who they want to love, and not judge others for wanting to do it whatever they want to do.
I agree with that in some way. My personal beliefs, I personally think that
You know, we can have this conversation without the camera. I mean, you can go talk in the corner. We don't have to video.
if you don't want to have the, I'm live streaming. I'm trying to. I go to these events and I try to show on both sides what's happening.
You'd ask me permission if you can live stream me and interview me. You know.
All right. Were you not aware that I was live streaming when I walked up with the camera?
I just thought you were videotaping for your own personal use.
No, I'm live streaming. If you don't want to engage any further, that's fine.
But I just want you to understand consent for live streaming. You need to ask people first.
Oh, I believe in implied consent. If I walk up with a camera and I'm filming, it's obvious that I'm filming, and if you engage with that, that's implied consent. So,
Okay.
so if you don't want to engage anymore, that's cool.
That is an exception. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for talking with me and letting me speak my voice.
Thank you. That's what I want. I want people, I want the world to not only, because we're becoming so fractured and we're getting into these echo chambers to where people only talk to people that they believe and that are on their side. So that side's probably not going to come over here and talk to this side. And this side's probably not going to go over there and talk to that side. And that, in my opinion, that creates this thing in your head to where you demonize the other people and you don't really, like, you become farther and farther apart. Yeah. Well, I mean, not you, everyone. We, as a people, when we don't talk to the other side, we can tend to, like, create these monsters of them in our head that aren't really who they really are. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Hey, I'm live streaming. I'm trying to get the perspectives of both sides. Do you care to say anything about what you're out here for this event for?
Spreading the peace and love of God.
Of what?
Spreading the peace and love of God.
Dolly Parton?
All hail Dolly.
Dolly Parton, right on. A lot of these people are really young teenagers, so I don't want to, like, put them on live stream and investigate them or anything. So, hello. None of them really want to talk so much. It doesn't look like they're having any speakers anymore down here, so.
Hey everybody, let's take a
Are you aware that people are going to use your stream to dox these people and then potentially do harm to them?
I don't think that's true.
You're working against a lot of evidence from the Charlottesville rally and a lot of other places where that is a common common Proud Boy technique.
Well, I've experienced the left doxing the right more, and I filmed over on that side too. So I understand there's that reality, but there's also a reality of a public event. Like when you hold a public event.
I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm saying it's immoral.
Yeah, I think doxing is immoral too. I'm very against it. But there's
Film these kids' faces, right? There's kids over here.
it's a public event. That's why they should. If they're minors, then and they're not responsible for themselves, and their parents are responsible for them, right? And their parents made the choice to come down here to. It's a public event. It's a public event.
You're not even from here.
What?
You're not even from here.
I'm not what?
You're not even from here. Why would you come to another town and kill minors?
A lot of these people aren't from here. You can frame it however you want. You can make me seem like I'm a bad guy, like I'm filming minors, but that's not what's happening.
Can I just speak to you for a second?
Yeah.
All right. So here's from our perspective, what we see kind of going on is you're coming into here and putting cameras in people's faces.
Nope, I haven't done that once.
I apologize. There's a camera in my face. And
You walked up to me, so let's frame it. So don't frame it deceptively. You walked up to my camera.
Okay, I walked up to your camera, but I saw you walk up and ask a lady a question.
There were people on the side of the street holding signs, making a public display, and I went and asked them about that.
Okay, cool. Well, we have a little sanctioned event over here. We rented out this space.
There's a flyer that this event put out. It said that it's a public event and it's welcome to all people.
Good. So I just want to make sure you're not recording people without permission. Because
It's a public event. There's implied consent. When you choose to go in public, in Oregon, there's a one-party consent law. And so the law is that if you're in public, you can be filmed.
Actually, that doesn't work for minors.
That's not true. That's not a true law. People keep saying that, but that's not an actual law. There is no law that you're not supposed to film minors in public. You can film freely in public. I am not specifically going up to children, and I've been filming the crowd. I have not once went up to interview a child or specifically put a child in that group.
about getting them on camera.
Well, we're going to have our different values. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not doing anything bad. Like, you believe that you shouldn't film minors in public. I don't believe that. I don't think there's anything harm in it.
That's actually a law, not a value.
It's not a law. Name the law for me. It doesn't exist. I can't lame.
One-party consent is not.
The one-party consent is a law in Oregon. In many states, there are different variations. In Oregon, it's one party. If you're recording video or film, one person involved in that interaction needs to be aware of it. You cannot film other people without them knowing it, without being part of the event.
What's called on that?
It's the one-party consent law.
Is that okay? So it's not in the law books at all. It's just like
Sitting there on the side.
It's the one-party consent law. You can look it up.
doesn't have a
It's called the one-party consent law. Yeah. I'm not here to accost people. I'm really not. I'm honestly, my concern is that in America and in the Western nations, we're getting super divided. And people aren't talking to each other. Like there's the left and the right, and the two crowds won't talk to each other. And they.
I talk to people, but the thing is, like, what I'm worried about.
Well, I'm not saying you specifically, but as a society as a whole, I think that we're getting divided. Is he telling you you're not allowed to talk to me?
No, that's not what that was.
I can't hear very well right now.
Yeah, no, conversation right here. Actually, the whole thing is, I'm scared for the people down here.
Why?
Well, I'm scared, and that means that's enough to give me, or give somebody else down here the reason to say that you cannot report. Because if somebody's in threat, like if somebody...
Why are you scared?
I'm not scared.
You just said you were scared.
I'm scared for myself.
I didn't say for yourself. I said you said you were scared. Why are you scared? Why are you scared for people's safety?
Who do you got following? Or who you got following? Who you got watching this?
Right now, there's only 270 people.
270 people staring at my face right now.
You chose to come out to a public event.
And I chose to talk to you.
Yeah.
But that's not the same for everybody else. Everybody else is down here. Everybody else down here is issue the same way. You can point people out so easily, and I don't think that's affecting people's safety.
The fact that bad things exist in the world is not reason to stop living life and stop doing everything and just cower and
People are still out here, right? Are we cowering when y'all over there? No. Do we give a shit that y'all over there? Yes, of course. But like,
I'm not part of that group.
how long were you standing over there?
I came over there and I walked around for 5 minutes, and I come over here, walked around for 10 minutes, and I went over and interrogated the pastor for his beliefs that I do not agree with at all.
What's your handle?
Villain report. Yes.
Villain report is more of a their side.
Not really, dude. Originally I was filming the riots last May and June. I was in CHOP. If you're familiar who I am, I was one of the guys that held the 14-year-old boy in my lap as Raj drove him to the hospital. I got attacked by Antifa and Black Lives Matter in June, in the middle of June, for filming. Then I started filming Patriot events, and they were kinder to me. I have pulled back my association from those kind of groups because I think the left is doing some bad things right now, attacking cities and accosting people's businesses and harming things. But I also think the right is not doing the best as well. That's what I'm saying is I think the groups are getting more and more spread apart from each other. And I would like the two sides to talk more because I think that we're forming these echo chambers and we're demonizing the other sides, and we're making these characteristic characters of the other person in our heads that aren't true to reality. I want to give each side a chance to honestly talk because I feel like when we actually talk to each other, we're not as far apart as we think we are. We all want freedom. We want better lives for everyone. Most of us want to be left alone. There are factions on both sides that want to dominate everybody and force their way upon them. I think that pastor over there, you can watch this stream later. I grilled him. I do not like what he was doing. I think he's laying a weight on LGBT people's back because he's preaching that it's wrong. And we could argue if it's right or wrong all you want, but he's saying it's wrong. But all he's doing is putting a weight on their back and not giving them, if he's right, if he's correct and this is wrong and there's a way to come out of it, he's not giving that to people. All he's doing is saying you're bad and you're going to hell, stop it. And I don't agree with that for a minute.
I understand that.
Like, you watch my stream, I grilled the fuck out of him. Like,
I know. I've watched your stream before. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, and give me some grace, man, because like you can watch the arc of when I first went to CHOP. I thought CHOP was stupid, and I went up there to troll it, and I trolled it for a couple days. But then I started actually listening to people and talking to people, and a lot of them, I think, were little tyrants in that area. But there were a lot of people there that were genuine-hearted, trying to do something to make the world better. And then when I saw those two boys all shot up on the ground, that changed things for me. And then I started filming the riots, and I saw all the anger and the violence happening. And then I got pushed over to the right because they weren't attacking me as much. But then I started seeing some things in the right that are like trying to force people to a way of life that I don't like. And I've seen a lot of claiming to preach for the Constitution, but only for their group. I've stood up for journalists on the Antifa side many times, and I've stopped them. I believe in the freedom of press for both sides. Like, anyways, I'm a person too, and I've been swayed by all the insanity in the last year. Hundreds of days of riots in cities, politicians on both sides of the board trying to push their way on the citizens, and like half the country is trying to make the other half of the country live the way they want to do. Either side, I don't agree with that, but I'm trying to get like not pushed around philosophically and political so much. Yeah.
Which side do you think Jesus would be on?
I don't believe that. I'm not saying I have a positive belief that Jesus didn't exist, but I don't have a positive belief that Jesus existed. I haven't found that to be a true thing yet. I think that the character in the Bible of Jesus has a lot of value and wisdom there. I don't think he would have been on either side. I think that.
You don't think he would have been on the side of the poor, the oppressed, the justice?
Well, there's. I think he would be on both sides. I think he would.
You think he'd be on the side of like the Romans and the people with the power that try to oppress other people?
I think he would be trying to be compassionate to everybody, and I think he would be talking to anybody who would listen to him. You talk about the poor, but he also has that weird story where the woman comes up and she tries to put all this like really expensive oil all over him and wash his feet with it, and then one of his dudes, I think it was Judas, said, "Hey, don't do that. Let's save it and give this to the poor." And he's like, "Well, the poor are always with you. Let's do this now." So I think it's more nuanced than that. I don't believe that Jesus would have been caught up in an ideology or said that I'm on team A or team B if he existed.
Yeah,
I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. Fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me. They love me cause they know that I'm an asshole. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go off, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid. Y'all some snakes, I don't need fruit from that apple tree. I ain't doing features or buying beats. I'm a wolf, I don't lie with sheep. I am what I am, and I can't hide my teeth. Way too many rumors, I'm like, who said it? Never met him, if he dissed me, probably about to drop a new record. I do what I want, don't matter if I get approval or not. Y'all ain't gonna cyberbully me or try to push on me until I'm becoming some dude who I'm not. Go ahead and call me a piece of garbage, make a starving artist your primary target. I'm the largest monster in the farthest darkness, I'm a closet sharpened, I'm an army sergeant. If people wanna hate, then I'm grateful. It's only gonna make what I say less painful. Look at my face, embrace, I'm unstable. I ain't gonna break or shake or feel shameful. I am not playing it safe, I said what I said, it is what it is.